scrolling through the news. Same lies, same voice. Tight talk, real soft. Watch me turn them off. Name ring bells, real offended in the check. 5,000 bodies all folded by the face. You can cap in the comments, I don't blink back. I just quote what you type, let you roast in the stack. You a keyboard king, I'm a guillotine tongue. Every tape that you bring, leave it broke, half done. You be mad, hit cap, start spamming that junk. I be laughing on cam, sip coffee, stay slump, real offended. I'm the truth in the thread, turn the tough guy post to a ghost straight dead. You can draw, you can scream, you can type all caps. I just scroll, screenshot, then I blues track rap, real offended. I'm the king of the live, 5,000 wins, you the number 5,005. You can bark in the dark, I just talk my smack. I don't take nonsense, I just send it right back. You say wake up, but you sleep through receipts. I drop links, timestamps, put your bluff on repeat. Every gotcha that you got by the clip. Your logic finish, your Wi-Fi always lagging and glitch. Call me everything cool, I'm allergic to the fake. You can flex, fake stats, I got real keepsakes. Every loss that you take is a mark on my wall. I turn trolls into trends, watch them raise then fall. Feel offended, I'm the truth in the thread. Turn the tough guy post to a ghost straight dead. You can troll, you can scream, you can type all caps. I just scroll, screenshot, then I blues trap rap, real offended. I'm the king of the live, 5,000 wins, you just number 5,005. You can bark in the dark, I'll just talk my slang. I don't take nonsense, I just send it right back. Tight braid, but your eyes look away from the screen. You don't want that cam on, you don't want that beam. I don't chase, I don't plead, I don't beg for a view. I just wait till you slip, and I'll read you your truth, yeah. I'm the truth in the thread, turn the tough guy post to a ghost straight dead. You can troll, you can scream, you can type all caps. I just scroll, screenshot, and I blues trap rap, real offended. I'm the king of the live, 5,000 wins, you just number 5,005. You can bark in the dark, I just talk my slang. I don't take nonsense, I just send it right back. Real offended.
Buddy said he wants to be Spanish so bad. Oh yeah, you got me. Shout out my brother Truth Repeater for making that theme music for us. Again, he went out of his way to make that literally just out of kindness of his heart. So I thank him very very much. You know, I've been starting our streams with this second song so far. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Like I've been saying, this is a call-in show. You guys don't have to call in though, because I like listening to music better. So you know, we're gonna hear some peaceful music in the background while I read your guys' comments. Or if you want to debate, then you can call in. Um, you just have to join the Discord. Let me know when you get in there, and then you can call in from the Discord. No problem. You know what I mean? Either way, I hope you guys are having a great night out there. Please do me a favor and like the video. If you like the comment, If you've seen us before, if you like the content, if you've seen us before and you like what we do, then I guess subscribe. You know, we really appreciate it. Yeah, shout out Nico. Nico said, believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. Crude said, so you believe dinosaurs were dragons? I believe they lied about dinosaurs to hide the existence of many things, one of those things being dragons. Somebody said, stop relaxing your hair. Your hair will never be Spanish texture. Buddy thinks that I relaxed my hair to get it like this. Sir, I haven't put anything in my hair since I've been in high school, right? And that was a long time ago. All right, my hair is decided by the energy and the water. Do you understand? I don't do nothing to my hair at all. I literally just get in the shower, I wash my hair, I shake it out, and whatever the energy and the water decides my hair is supposed to look like, that's what it looks like. All right? So if you don't like the way my hair looks, blame the energy, blame the water, all right? Listen, we're all water, okay? Listen, the way of the water. All right, you just gotta surf the wave. All right, trust me. Don't worry about me, homie. Thank you though for your comment. Somebody said, how could America be Atlantis, brother? What do you mean, how? The landmass used to be called Atlantis. That's how. I mean, are you saying, like, how did it happen? Like, a question for God? I don't know what you mean, how. By the way, thank you everybody for tuning in. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you like the content only. If you don't like the content, don't like the video, don't subscribe. But if you do, then we would love to have you do that. You see them blaze chopping. You see that trunk popping. Hoes that diss me in the club. Nico said, and Giants. Absolutely, Nico. Same hoes popping. They see me in the Jag, acting bad with teeth. Paris, mouth full of ice. You don't see about 20 carats. Somebody said, tell us the reason you believe America is Atlantis. Because there is evidence they used to call it Atlantis. Ways. On a Sunday night, I might bang me some. Somebody said energy moves, so that means Earth is moving. Okay, I respect that opinion. It's not moving in the way you think it is, though. It's not moving around the sun. How about that? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I don't know how long I'm going to be live. We'll see how it goes. If you like the content, please like the video. If you mess with us for real, then subscribe. If you want to call in, this is a call-in show. You can call in. All right. You just have to join the Discord, and I'll let you call in from the Discord. If you don't know what you want to talk about, if you don't have a particular subject in mind, then don't call in. All right, because I'm just gonna roast you, and nobody wants to see that. But if there's something you want to debate about, if there's something that you want to discuss, you're more than welcome to come up here and we can discuss a specific topic that's up here. All right, let's try not to veer off too much. But either way, thank you guys for tuning in. Like the video, please, and subscribe if you mess with our content. All right. All right, let's see. Somebody said, my hair looks like desperate spiders trying to run from that whack hairline. Oh my God. Is he serious? Buddy said, I got that Betty Boop hair. That's interesting. If you go through the Stargate, you know. What would I know if I go through the Stargate? How is anyone supposed to debate in only a minute? All history is not 100% lies. That is false. Oh, really? Fine. How much of history is lies then? All right, how much? If it's not all, then how much? Like the video, guys, all right? Like the video, please. Like the video, and if you like our content, subscribe. If you don't like the content, don't subscribe. Jesus Christ. All right, leave me alone if you don't like the content. On a Sunday night, I might bring me. I'll decide if I subscribe. No, for real. If you don't like the content, don't subscribe. I got enough stalkers and haters and trolls as it is. I don't need any more. Okay? I don't need any more. Please. Oh. Here we go. Let's do that. All right. Listen, I'm gonna try to get to all your guys' comments. It's probably not gonna happen because you guys have been typing too fast, and we got a lot of trolls in here today. But obviously, if there's something you desperately need me to see, then you're gonna have to super chat it. All right. I guess that's better. Yeah, if there's something you desperately need me to see, then you're gonna have to super chat it. All right. Atlantis is a fictional land that never existed. Oh, really? What evidence are you basing that claim on? What evidence are you basing the claim that Atlantis is a fictional land that never existed? Who said that?
Bro,
America was Tartaria. They got the tech to build it from the Atlanteans before it went under. Very interesting. This guy gets it. Shout out Nico Blue. Like you, bro. I'm a sub. Thank you so much, guys. If you do like what we're doing, please like the video. Get this type of content out in the algorithm so people can stop trolling so damn much. And subscribe if you like what we're doing. All right? Subscribe and support us, please. If you don't like what we're doing, don't subscribe, all right? Leave me alone. Leave me the hell alone. Somebody said, if America is Atlantis, why aren't we underwater? Who said that we aren't underwater? Who said that? Why would you assume that we're not underwater? We're definitely underwater. Do you think that the fish think that they're underwater? No, the fish don't know that they're underwater, just like you. Have you seen yourself in the mirror lately? My point is that you're a fish. I'm not sure if you could. All right. Somebody said the sun is moving around us. What physical evidence do you have that the sun is moving around us? How is the earth not moving? Like, what kind of question is that? How? I don't, it's just not. I'm not God. I didn't make the universe, okay? It's not about how it's not moving. You mean, how do we know it's not moving? Is that what you mean? Well, we tested to see if it was moving multiple times and it never came up moving. There you go. That's how you ask questions properly. By the way, like the video if you like what we're doing and sub to the channel if you like the content. Thank you so much. 393 said they, you know what? Why can't dinosaurs and dragons both be true? Well, they can. They can both be true. Somebody said they don't like America because they aren't the ones warmongering. You're going to have to be more specific with that statement. Buddy said you must come from Atlantis because you believe in fairy tales. Well, I am from Atlantis. I live in Atlantis right now. What's good, Trip? I see you down there. Trip said fish sticks. Somebody said Earth is moving so fast. Oh, really? So how come we can't feel it? How come nobody can test it? Somebody said, how do you call in? If you guys want to call in, you have to join the Discord and I will let you call in from the Discord, okay? My Discord is somewhere on my page. By the way, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you like what we're doing, like the video. If you like the content, then subscribe. If you do not like the content, do not subscribe to me. Please. If you want to join, let me know when you're on the Discord. Junior said the earth is stationary and everything else is moving. That's a fact. Do you think God is real? Obviously, there's a creator. I don't know if he calls himself God. Somebody said we are all connected by energy. That is very true. Somebody said, why do I feel the earth is not a globe? It's not a matter of what I feel. It's a matter of what has been proven scientifically, okay? They have not proven scientifically that the earth is a globe. So I'm until then, it's not a globe. Trip said, can you play Beethoven Ninth? I can't, bro. All right. I'm only playing this exact thing because I know that these songs aren't copyrighted. All right. I don't know for sure if Beethoven's Ninth isn't copyrighted or not, man. So I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm not even, I just got one thing that I'm playing, you know what I mean, in the middle. Yeah. So like I said, we got to do an all music stream if we're going to start doing song requests. Shout out Jehu. I see you, Jehu. Somebody said, if the earth isn't spinning, how do we have day and night? It's because the sun moves, bud. All right, the sun is moving. How you gonna say, come on, bro? Like, see, that's that shit, Trip, all right? If I do that, then I won't make no money, all right? Listen, come on, bro. To the Shadow Realm. Listen, I don't mind you guys trolling, but you got to be at least creative, right? Or else I'm sending you to the Shadow Realm. Hey, if you guys like the content, like the video, please. If you don't like the content, leave me alone. All right? If you like what we're doing, subscribe. Yeah, Trip, I want to believe you, bro, but I just can't take that chance right now, all right? I'm like, I want to believe you, but I mean, then if it's not by some stroke of a luck of an imagination, then who am I going to blame? You? No, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. I believe you searched it, and I believe you're right, but I didn't search it for my own self, and so I gotta wait, bro. I'm not even gonna take that chance. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm like, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just that I just not gonna. I would not take the chance if I didn't look at it myself. You know what I mean? All right. I think somebody wants to call in. Um, hello, caller. What is your name?
I'm I go by Scarecrow.
Your name is what?
I go by Scarecrow.
You go by Scarecrow.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable using my actual name.
Just brilliant. Yeah, just brilliant. All right. So, what subject did you want to talk about? You said history is lies, right?
I wanted to talk about history being lies. I think a lot of it is probably lies, but I think there's still a good section that's, true.
What? How do you know that? How do you know which section is true and which section is a lie? How do you know?
I mean, I go off my own observations. I mean,
Well, you
I
can't
know that
observe. You can't
Oppenheimer
observe.
happened at least
But you
because there's a giant crater there.
but you can't observe history that you weren't there to witness, though. So how do you determine which history out of the stuff that we're taught in history class is true or not? Are you
Well,
following the conversation that
I
I'm having?
can't tell
No,
if
no,
it's
no,
true or
real quick,
not.
bro. Real quick, bro. Are you following the conversation that I'm having? Like, do you think that when I say history is lies, I'm talking about what, like you eating a sandwich earlier? Or are you aware that I'm talking about the things that they passed down in history class?
Talking about the things they passed down in
Okay,
history.
okay, cool. So you weren't there to witness any of that. So how do you determine which of that is true and which of that is a lie?
And leave permanent marks on the world. Like
Well,
Oppenheimer's doings. There's
sir,
a
sir, sir,
crater
sir,
somewhere
sir,
in
sir,
Japan.
sir, I'm gonna ask you one time to use your critical thinking and think about the type of subjects that are safe enough to talk on YouTube. Like if it's not the type of subject that your 12 or 13-year-old should be hearing about, let's try to keep our conversation PG, even though we are on YouTube. Before I curse you out, all right?
Okay,
All right.
I'll
So
I'll keep it more civil.
yeah, I would hope that, like I said, I'm like, I think any, you know what? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. All right. So, how did you specifically determine which percentage of history is true and which percentage is false? Because if you know that somebody is a liar, right? At what point do you take anything that they say as truth without verifying it explicitly?
You look into it and you look to
So,
what can leave a mark. What can be proven.
okay. So basically, just your intuition. Then is that what you're saying? Because I'm not really understanding what you're saying. You're just saying we look at history and what can leave a mark. This is very ambiguous. You know what I mean? Like, how do we specifically know? Oh my gosh, they're asking for the saxophone, bro. They're asking for the
That's hard to
saxophone.
tell what specifically you know.
You said what?
Um,
All right, listen. Let me help you out, okay? Because no offense, I don't find you that bright so far. I could be wrong, but I don't think you're really understanding what I'm saying. Okay, when people tell you a story about history, there is only two ways that you can verify whether the story might be true. Those two ways are primary documents and secondary documents. Do you understand? So when they teach you something in history class, it could all just be a lie. But you know how you determine whether or not it's a lie? It was there somebody actually there that wrote about it? If there wasn't somebody there that wrote about it, was there at least somebody who knew somebody who was there that wrote about it? At least. If you don't have those two, then the story is a complete lie. So what happens when I tell you that almost everything that you're taught in history class, there are no primary documents that confirm any of it? What happens when I tell you that and you do some research and you find out that's true? Let's say hypothetically that happened. Then what? Is history 100% lie then?
Say the history class is entirely secondary sources. You can still go and look to a primary
you're wrong
source
about that though. You're wrong
based
about
off
that.
of that
You're
secondary
you're
source.
completely wrong about that. You're completely wrong. History class does not bring in any secondary sources. Secondary sources have to reference primary sources. They don't reference any primary sources when you're in history class. At the very best, they will reference secondary sources, but really it's just a bunch of made up bullshit. And I know this because I looked into it personally. I know for a fact you haven't because you're saying what you're saying, to be honest.
Well, I have looked into a lot of things. Like, give me a thing that you think is false.
Have you ever seen a primary document, like a ship manifest, that shows African slaves being sold to America, especially during the 14, 15, 16, or 1700s? Slavery was pretty much over by then, or supposed to be, right? The late 17, early 1800s, the slave trade was basically outlawed in almost every country. So before it was outlawed in every country, have you ever seen a primary document that confirms that?
No, I've never gone and searched for a primary document
Well, I
on those
have,
things.
right? Well, I have because it's the story of, allegedly of my family. There are no primary documents of this, even though they talk about it all day in school. This is basically the narrative that all the dark skinned people in America came from Africa, when in reality, none of them did before the mid to late 1800s, early 1900s. You have one or two Africans here and there.
What you just said, what I was taught in that history class.
What were you taught?
That Black people didn't mainly come from Africa until those later periods in time, like right before we revolted. It didn't happen that much.
Who is we revolted? What are you talking about? Who is we revolted?
I mean America. I mean the Civil War against Britain. It didn't happen until right before that.
The Civil War was not against Britain. You're talking about the Revolutionary War, and to be honest, that really is not an honest telling of the story either. Like, for example, have you ever seen a primary document that describes what George Washington looked like?
No one ever took one.
Oh, yes, there are.
Never happened.
See, that's your problem, bud, is you don't do any research, and so you say shit like nobody ever took that. How would you know something like that if you've never researched it? Why would you just say that?
I have looked into it, and
You've looked.
no.
See that so that's a lie, because I have streamed and went over primary documents of people that met George Washington that described what he looks like. And you're saying you looked into it, but you haven't found any of that.
Is a secondary document of it. It's not primary. That's
What are
still
you?
another primary source
What are you referring
that
to?
isn't true.
What are you referring to?
Well, your word in and of itself is a secondary source if you went and looked at a primary source.
I'm.
So how do I trust that?
Are you an idiot? Right? Are you following the conversation we're having, or are you literally an
I
idiot?
am following that
I don't think
conversation.
you are, bro. I don't think you are. Because I asked you, have you ever seen a primary document that describes what George Washington looked like? You said there are none. I said, yes, there are. I've seen them. And you said, no, that's a secondary document. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then you went into me telling you about a primary document. How is me talking to you a secondary document? What that? You know what? My bad. I can't even believe I'm doing this to myself. This is ridiculous. See, this is why you don't talk to idiots, man. This is why you don't talk. Listen, bro, not to be rude, but you're not nearly as smart as you think you are, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, you are, my God, bro. My God. Like, it's not difficult to understand what I'm saying here. Okay? A primary document is somebody that met the person. If I'm telling you about somebody, a primary document that I read, that doesn't just magically become a secondary document. You'd have to be reading my writings to say that's a secondary document. What's wrong with you? Like, literally, what is wrong with you?
Videos can also be considered forms of documentation, so it can be considered a secondary document still. But I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Yeah.
I can see that you aren't very understanding of people.
No, the problem is I'm too understanding, bro. That's the problem. The problem is I understand you exactly. All right? I understand you perfectly. Look, man, why do people, you know what? I'm gonna just try to move on from that. Trip said he sent me something in my chat. Trip, I have no idea what this is. Oh. Okay, I see what you, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do him like that, Trip. Yeah, I'm not gonna do him like that. Listen, man, look, this is, yeah, listen, bro. I'm just gonna keep it on the truth, which is that he's an idiot. All right, what he does in his personal life, that's up to him. But listen, he's an idiot. Okay, that's I'm like, there are primary documents that describe what George Washington looked like. So when you start talking about the Revolutionary War, you don't even know that the Revolutionary War was actually more of an infiltration, right? And like a almost closer to like a civil war between European groups, dark-skinned European groups mixed in with Native Americans fighting on both sides. You guys are, oh my gosh. I'm gonna try to move on from that because what Trip just sent me, I'm like, I gotta get that out of my head. I'm like, Trip, yeah, I mean, listen, just look, we're not nice people over here, all right? Like the video. Like the video if you like what we're doing. If you like the content, then subscribe, please. If you do not like the content, then don't subscribe. But we're not nice people over here, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not nice. All right. I was watching my stream from yesterday and I went on a whole rant when somebody was like, oh my God, people are so cold these days. I'm like, people are so cold. All right, I'm cold because what? I'm not going around the planet trying to colonize and take other people's land? Why? Because I'm not waging war on other people? I'm cold. Why? Because my words are harsh? I don't give a damn about you or what you think. All right. My words are always going to be harsh. You're going to have, that's something you're going to have to deal with. All right. Real offended is something you got to deal with. Brody said, we just can't handle these hard truths. Well, speak for yourself, Brody. Trip, your friend is back in the Discord. Somebody said, I love you 1,000%. I love you too. I swear, I really do. Listen, I'm trying to read all your guys' comments, but they're going kind of fast, okay? Somebody said I look like Stevie from Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah, exactly. Right, Trip. I don't know why he keeps saying you're attacking it. Huh? Just like Andrew Wilson saying that that girl was attacking his wife just because she told the truth. It's like, what? If I'm telling the truth about you, how is that attacking you? The truth can never be an attack, all right? Somebody said you have beautiful hair. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Somebody said, what is your take on movie theaters? What are we doing here? Somebody said, what is this man saying about George Washington? Oh, that's right. I forgot to say it. I'm saying George Washington was a dark-skinned European. He was half native as well, but he was representing dark-skinned Europeans. That's who George Washington was. According to the primary documents that describe him, you see how everything in history is a lie because they do not coincide with primary documents. Yep. Hey, now spaz in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Crash out in 3, 2, 1, go. Go ahead. Spaz in the chat. Dang, somebody said, and this is Odin. Odin said they don't have a high enough vibrational frequency or level of consciousness to know what love is or even be considered. Wow, that was heavy, man. Kenneth said black people been here way before the continents divided into 7 continents. So yeah, black people been here for years. Hell, we built real cities for real. Shout out Kenneth. Whoa. Hey, Odin, I seen this comment right here. Whoa, that's all I'm gonna say. Buddy said something about jungle bunny? Wow. Jungle bunnies. That's a new one. Yeah, jungle bunnies is wow. I mean that has to be banned, right? I mean, I just don't feel right even saying that. That is crazy. I'm sorry, I got one more. Buddy said jungle bunnies. Oh my god. Dang, I like Some of the people who are in here are really people after my own heart. People like Trip, you know what I mean? People like Odin. That's crazy. I mean, you guys are just y'all are out of line, all right? Yeah. Somebody need to come get y'all. Y'all taking real offended to the next. Y'all taking it too far. All right, y'all taking it to the next level. Yeah, this might be a bit much for me. Yeah, even I can't. Yeah, I don't even know. James said the incubator babies in the chat are salty. That is a wild statement. Luca said, I don't care about history. I love my life and being present. Amen. Somebody said Earth is flat. Somebody said black people invented the blockchain. Interesting. Kason Johnson said we never went to the moon. DC's through. DC's through. I does this. I does this. You are getting flagrant in the chat. All right. Listen, like the video, guys. If you like the content, if you really like the content, then please subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, but we're grooving out for a little bit, and then we'll see where it goes. OMG said, I'm 23 and female, and I agree with this so much, and it's refreshing, and I would love to interview you. Yeah, OMG, join the Discord and DM me in the Discord about the interview, and then we'll talk. Somebody said global oil crisis, and this guy got it all on his head. Oh wow, that wasn't bad. Okay, I give that joke a 6 out of 10. He said there's a global oil crisis, and I have every bit of oil that exists on my head. Yeah, well, I mean, I know it looks like that, but I don't use oil on my head, sir. All right, there's only water on this head right now. You understand? When I get out the shower, I'm so clean I don't even use a towel. I'm so serious about that. I go in the shower, I wet my hair, I let the water and the energy decide what my hair is supposed to be. All right, whatever God wants my hair to be that day, that's what it is. And I get out, I just put my clothes on soaking wet. I swear to God, I do that too, and it's hilarious every time I do it. I'm like, why do I do this? But I do it. John said, Earth is not a globe. It's flat. Read your Bible, please. James said, not wild, bro. They clearly don't like black people and in giving them the truth. Somebody said I would never take advice from someone as a haircut like you. What does that mean? I would never take advice from someone as a haircut like you. OMG said, well, they like to say things and they like to be crappy and you want to know something. I would love an interview with you. Yeah, just my Discord is on my page. Just join the Discord and DM me and then we'll set it up. Somebody said Earth is not moving. Then what? Well, now we have. Now we start talking about what's really going on with the Earth, and we realize that Earth has an enormously powerful magnetic field that gives us free energy all day. Somebody said this is pre-recorded. I don't get that comment. Like, what? Why do? Whatever. Somebody said, in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the rabbit sleeps tonight. Oh my God. Somebody's OMG said, dude, I would love to sit down and have chocolate and soup. You're not trolling me, are you? Chocolate and soup. Somebody said George Washington wasn't dark skinned. Oh, really? Then what color was he if he wasn't dark skinned? Somebody said Wildman is where they are from. Well, whoa, I mean, come on. Somebody said there are, that was OMG said there's several dragons in the ocean. Very interesting. Somebody said, are there actual jungle bunnies though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are you talking about Rostabelle rabbits? Oh my gosh. Is that the nerdiest thing that I've ever said in my life? Is that the nerdiest thing that I've ever said up here? He's talking about Rostabelle rabbits. You know you're a movie nerd when you find yourself Googling Rostabelle rabbits to see if they're a real thing. I love it. Somebody said bunnies don't live in the jungle. Not anymore, bud. Not anymore. Oh. Josh said, buddy, I've been to space. Josh, I do not believe you. But if you would like to come prove it, I invite you to call in. If you guys want to call in, you can join the Discord and call in from there. Also, if you like the content, please like the video. Thank you, Trip. I appreciate that. Like the video, and subscribe if you like what we're doing, okay? If you don't like what we're doing, do not subscribe, okay? Leave us alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Somebody said whales used to live on land. I heard somebody say that whales and used to be the name for a dragon. Trip said Discord link is on the page. All right, hit the Discord link if you want to call in. If you like the content, like the video. If you really like the content, then subscribe. We love you. OMG said, can you imagine a whale big enough to eat a whale? Actually, I can. I just finished watching an anime that has that in it. I just finished watching an anime that has that in it. Somebody said George Washington was white. Oh, really? What primary documents do you have of somebody describing George Washington as white? Somebody said his full name was George Floyd Washington. That is hilarious. I give that joke a 7 out of 10. No, the founding fathers weren't from Africa. They were from America and partially from Europe. And they aren't the founding fathers. That might be kind of too controversial. Hey, listen, go follow me. I mean, not go follow me. Like the video and go subscribe to me if you like what we're doing, all right? Push us out in the algorithm so YouTube can start promoting people debating and not kids trolling. Somebody said, oh, he's like 5 minutes behind reading comments. Interesting. Oh my gosh. By the way, George Washington was white. Okay, what primary documents do you have of somebody describing George Washington as white? Somebody said George Washington being black is wild. No, it's not, actually, especially when you consider the fact that there are primary documents of people that met him that described it as that. Trip said, like the video, guys. All right, like the video if you like the content. Go subscribe, please. Get us out in the algorithm so more people can start doing intelligent stuff and not trying to troll for likes and views. Brody said, where does the field come from? If we're talking about the magnetic field around the Earth, the thing that makes the most sense is that the magnetic field around the Earth is being formed through the movement of the planets, the sun and the moon around the Earth. The constant movement basically creates a magnetic field. I mean, the same way you create magnetic fields on Earth, basically, through movement and chemistry. So chemistry and motion, constant motion creates magnetic fields. Somebody said, "Are you a gravity denier?" It's not about denying anything. Is there scientific evidence that gravity exists or not? Don't speak esoterically or like it's a religion or something like that. Is there a scientific experiment that it exists? Otherwise, let it go. Listen, if you guys want to call in, join the Discord. Let me know that you're in there, and then you can call in, okay? The first people on Earth were Europeans. All right, what evidence do you have of this? Yeah, Isaac Newton invented gravity after he invented the fig Newton. Oh. Somebody said, drop your glasses to test gravity. How do you know that it's gravity that's making my glasses fall? How do you know that? By the way, like the video, please. If you like the content, then subscribe and show us some love and support. I appreciate you. Somebody said the magnetic field actually comes from the molten core. Okay, what evidence do you have of this? Somebody said, how would George Washington have slaves if he was black? That's a pretty ignorant question to ask. Somebody said George Washington has black children from his enslaved servant women. Yeah, and he was also a dark skinned person. Tripp said the biggest slave owner in America was a so called dark skinned person. Shout out Northwest. Northwest said Earth is stationary. Listen, I want to respond to all these comments, but they're honestly going too fast. All right, like the video, guys. Like the video. If you like the content, please subscribe. If you want to call in, then you have to go to the Discord and you can call in from the Discord. All right. Listen, I'm only gonna respond to the comments that I absolutely feel inspired to. If you want me to respond to your comment or read it out loud, you gotta donate $1 or something. All right. What's the lowest amount you can donate? Is it $1? Whatever the lowest amount you can donate is, you got to at least donate the lowest amount, and then I'll read your comment. All right. Yeah, that's what we're doing for now. I'm reading all comments $1 up, or 1 cent up, or 10 cents. Whatever the lowest amount that you can do. All right. But I can't read all these comments. They're going too fast. And I keep having to scroll back. And I'm not, unless, like I said, unless I'm inspired, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, Tripp said it's $1. All right, fine. If the lowest amount is $1, then $1. All right, god dang. If you don't got $1, then get your ass off YouTube. All right? Get your ass off YouTube if you ain't got $1. You can only comment at $2. All right? Well, it got to be $2 then. All right? Unless your comment is incredibly inspiring or you're one of the mods. I'll read the mods' comments, of course. All right? If you're a mod, I'll read your comment. All right? Other than that, then yeah, I ain't reading your shit. Somebody said begging for money. No, I'm not begging for money. All right, you only have to donate if you want me to read your comment. If you don't want me to read your comment, then leave me alone. You feel me? Ain't no begging for money. I don't want to read y'all dumb shit. That's the point. All right, leave me alone. Okay, leave me alone and go to hell. That's the point. Listen, like the video and subscribe if you like the comment. All right. Yeah, shout out Trip. Trip, I see you down there, man. Hey, all my other feathered dragons in the chat. If you're a feathered dragon, let me know in the chat, and I'll put you on. I'll give you a mod so that way I can read your comments. All right, that's what I need to do. I need to make sure that I mod the people that are certified dragons in the chat. All right, shout out all my dragons. Somebody said, "What's up, Big Perm? I mean, Big Worm." Yep. Right, Trip is already in there. I got you, Trip. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going back to read your comments. All right. If you are a feathered dragon, all right, or if there's something that you absolutely want me to see, you can drop it in right now. If it's interesting, I'll read it. If it's not, I'm not gonna read it out loud. Okay. If you want me to read it out loud, you gotta donate whatever the lowest amount is. All right. Trip said, "Eat bliss. You don't know. You don't need to know."
Talkie?
Somebody said Timu Tate. That's not bad. I give that joke a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Yeah, oh, yes, yeah. Somebody said, "What the F is a feather dragon?" And that's why Trip was like, "Hey, if you know, you know, player. If you know, you know." All right. Uh-oh, hey. It looks like Batman has returned to the chat. What's good, Zanfel? Hey, Trip and Zanfel, if you see anybody in the chat that needs to be modded, let me know so I can mod them so I know which comments to read. Everybody else, if you want me to read your comment, you got to donate whatever the least amount. All right. I am reading them. I'm just not going to read them out loud. All right. So, yeah, there you go. Dang, the Celtics lost today. That's wild. Dang, Zanfil. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Zanfil, but you guys will be all right. Somebody said nobody likes me, but yet they're here watching me. Just like I said yesterday, that's an admission of inferiority. You shouldn't watch people that you don't like. But if you do like me, please like the video. And if you like the video, Go subscribe, please. I appreciate you so much. Zanfel said, wow, so many haters. Yeah, I told you, bro. Half of the haters on the entire planet be in my comment section. Y'all are wildin'. Shout out AAUBTB Academy. I appreciate that. Shout out Ghoul Dad said, I have $2 for 3 weeks, so no donate. I'll send good vibes though. Thank you so much, Ghoul Dad. Like I said, if you leave a good enough comment and it inspires me, I will read it. But other than that, I'm not just gonna respond out of respect to you guys, you know. Yeah, and like the video, okay? If you do like the content, subscribe. If you don't, please leave me alone. And for the people in the chat saying, if we don't watch you, then you won't have an audience. I guarantee you that's not. You know what? You want to bet? Let's bet. How about that? Let's make a wager on that. You leave me alone and then we'll see. Yeah. Leave me alone and we'll see what happens. Oh. Shout out AAUBT. I see you down there, man. I hope you're not just saying what you think I want to hear to make you a mod, all right? I don't know you. If I haven't met you before, then I'm not just going to make you a mod player, but I see you down there. Thank you. Oh, my bad. AU, that was a miss. They meant to say y'all. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't take it back. I meant what I said. Somebody said, what are you if you're not African? We are American, is what we are. All right? Every single member of my family forever was born in America. AAU said, love your content. I agree with everything you're saying. Thank you, AAU. I appreciate it. Right. Zanfil said, Andrew's minions in full effect. Huh. They done lost their mind since I beat Andrew. They done lost your mind since Willie slapped you. Trip said, Amaru, the dragons, all my feather dragons was good with y'all. Somebody said, Mr. Potato Head with ring curls. That's not bad. That's not bad. I give that joke a 7.2 out of 10. 7.2. Somebody said, and I'm gone. Oh, thank God. Julian said, history is drafted by humans. Things that humans did. With this logic, everything that humans say are lies, meaning this statement would also be a lie. Bro thought he cooked with that one. You did not. All right, you did not cook. Yeah, the oven not even on. Yeah, the oven ain't even on right now. The oven, the stove, You ain't even got the food out the refrigerator. AAU said $100 if anyone proves the Earth is a globe. I'm waiting. AAU said that he has $100 on the line if anybody wants to come up and prove the Earth is a globe. There you go. Trip said, you will. Oh, you. Or maybe he meant, do you still got that video of you breaking down the circuit board Earth? Yeah, I do. But when I listened to it back, I was stuttering so much that it was almost unbearable to listen to. So I planned on doing it again, but we'll see. Or at the very least, editing it up the way that I do my other content. That way it's actually watchable. Yes, for those of you guys who keep making fun of me stuttering, I got a speech impediment, so what? Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll put it back live. I could put it back live. Like I said, when I watched it, it was just unbearable. I was just like, ugh. It just irritated the shit out of me. I thought it was horrible. I'm like, right. Every 10 seconds, I'm saying like and right. I don't like it. Trip said he didn't think it was that bad. Well, I appreciate it, Trip. Somebody said I'm wrong about America. Oh, I bet you won't come up and prove it. By the way, if you guys like what we're doing, like the video. If you like our content, please follow and subscribe, whatever. All right, thank you so much for your support. If you don't like what we're doing, stop subscribing to me. Leave me alone. Go away. Somebody said I'm wrong about history. I bet you won't come up and prove that. Somebody said, what kind of proof do you want? The scientific kind. I want scientific evidence, irrefutable, repeatable. Somebody said, do you believe in Jesus? I don't know what you mean by believe in Jesus. Shout out Artie Mayer or Art Mayer. Art Mayer said all true, bro. Art Mayer, you're an intelligent guy. Somebody said nice hair, not fair. Relax, all right? But thank you. I appreciate it. I love you. Shout out Shamara. Shamara said, facts, big facts. I see you down there, Shamara. Julian said Atlantis is a fictional place. What are you basing that on? Who said Atlantis was fictional? It better not be a Disney movie. Shout out Yo Man or Yo Mama. Yo Mama said flight paths make more sense on a flat earth map. That would be true. Dubes said, you leave me alone. Oh yeah? Dubes, you want me to leave you alone? All right, fine. To the Shadow Realm. Oh, here we go. Somebody said, bro, it's easy AF to prove flat Earth with science. Okay. Oh, oh yeah. Well, yeah. Shout out Vax. Bro, it's easy AF to prove flat Earth with science. I mean, yeah, it's easy to prove that the surface of the Earth is certainly not curved using scientific data. 100%. To the Shadow Realm. Yours truly said, I completely agree with these statements and the crowd just hating. Shout out yours truly. And thank you for that last comment, Vaxar. I don't know. Zanfeld said, Robo, are you tired yet? Shout out Zanfeld, man. Do you have Atlantis sources we can check? Yes, I do. All right. Go join my Discord and ask me again, and I'll send them to you. Julian said it's in my message. It's mentioning Plato's work to be a fictional place. You are a liar. I have Plato's actual words posted on my page, where not this page, but my other page, where I post these resources. Plato never said it was a fictional place. Okay, fine. In what book did Plato say it was fictional? And what did he say word for word? What was give me an exact quote where he said it's fictional. You're just lying. You see, that's why I'm not reading your guys' comments. You guys are just lying. You don't know anything. You're just making shit up out of your ass. All right? Like the video, guys. Please help me with the stress. Like the video and subscribe if you like what we're doing. Zanfeld said Dazari is a simulation. Project Jesus said Black history did not start with slavery. That is a fact. Eric said America equals Atlantis, question mark. All the rest checks out though. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like the video. If you want to support us, then subscribe. Help us get this type of content out in the algorithm so kids won't think that they need to troll in order to make some money on YouTube, all right? Let people think that they can come on YouTube, have conversations about science and about history, and build a following that way. Dazari said this is all a simulation. All that really matters. Like, okay, now I see what Zanfeld was talking about.
Advil dual action fight.
Zanfel said won't do it. Waiting to be put in the shadow realm. Oh, listen! Shout out everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys big time. Shout out the people that joined the Discord. Again, if I told you that I would send you resources, you guys are gonna have to wait till I get off. If you want to talk about that interview, we will talk about it when I get off. Okay. Matter of fact, I've already been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. How much longer am I gonna be up here? I don't know. I'm thinking 20 or 30 more minutes max. All right, guys. 20 or 30 more minutes, I'll be up here. Like the video. Subscribe if you like the content. If you want to call in right now, you join the Discord. You say, I want to call in. And then I will bring you up. And you can either share a positive message with us or you can come and debate me. All right? Shout out Dante SX. I read your comment. I'm not going to read it out loud, but point received. Somebody said, why is America Atlantis? America used to be called Atlantis. Point blank, period. Somebody said, debate me. If you guys want to call in, join the Discord. Say, I'm here to debate, and I'll let you call in. AAU, please stop spamming, all right? Please. Jesus Christ. I read your comment, okay? And I already answered the question about God. I'm not a religious person, okay? And I'm not that interested in conversations about religion. Yep. Sorry, Zanfel beat me to it. But to the Shadow Realm you go. Somebody said simulation is a theory proposed by Nick Bostrom, but no defined proof. Whew. Somebody said, what part of history is lies? All of it. All right? All of it. Ego said, it seems like we all agree on a lot, but no one is listening. Very interesting. I think somebody wants to call in. Join the voice channel. All right, let's see how this goes. Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, what's good?
Nothing much, man. How's your night
All
going?
right. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Pretty good, bro. Pretty good. All right, go ahead and tell us what you want to say. Try to keep it as concise as possible, and try to use as appropriate language as you can. All right, go ahead.
Since everyone's so obsessed with science, I figured I'd break it down scientifically, right?
Might as well.
Listen, law of perspective, man. If it's a glow model, the horizon would physically drop as you gain altitude. However, high altitude weather balloons consistently show perfectly level horizons that rise to the eye level as the observer rises, regardless of your height. And the atmospheric inertia, if we're told that, it runs at 1,600 kilometers per hour around the equator, there's no physical sensation. In a pressurized cabin, you feel every single little bump in the cloud in an airplane, the slightest turbulence. On Earth, there's supposedly you're Velcro to the planet, but that doesn't make any sense with synchronized spin. What it is the water, the natural state of it. You know what I mean? Like if you look at water, the physics of water dictates that water is physics dictates that the surface of a liquid at rest always seeks a level plane, right? Large bodies of water like the Mediterranean or the Pacific show zero measurable convexity across hundreds of miles, a physical impossibility. If it was a sphere, that would be measuring 6,300 kilometers. Also, planar magnetism. Mainstream science doesn't explain the molten core theory, which would be far above Curie temperature, the point where metals lose magnetism. No one talks about that.
Yeah, this is a great point you're making. I'm glad you brought this up. Go ahead.
More consistent explanation with the planar model involves geomagnetic flux density, man. The North Pole is a monopole. It is the center where the world sits, the magnetic north, concentrated pillar of electromagnetic energy instead of a dipole stretching to a south pole. Magnetism on a plane functions like a toroidal field, man. Chemistry and ionic conductivity is how we get that. The movement, right? It's not the Earth spinning, it's saline conductivity of the oceans. The sea acts as a massive electrolyte solution. As the sun and moon create the local electromagnetic luminaries and move over the face, they excite the ions in the water. This chemical reaction creates low voltage, high amperage currents. Like there's literally, like people are like science, okay. Etheric induction, right? Salt water carries currents, which induces a magnetic field. It flows outward from the center, north, towards the perimeter, the Antarctic ice rim, right? Magnetism isn't coming from a core, but is a surface level phenomenon generated by the interactions of salt-heavy oceans.
Good day, lads. May I jump in?
One second, please. Go ahead and finish, bro.
All right. And lastly, man, gravity, right? The most convincing theory of gravity is like, stuff falls, right? Theoretical force we haven't ever seen, but that's explained by electrostatic acceleration, which is like what we literally just touched on with the water. Objects don't fall because the mass pulls them. They settle based on the relative density within the medium of air, like a balloon. When you fill a balloon with helium and it rises because it's less dense. A rock falls because it's more dense. The downward direction is a result of the Earth's natural electrical charge, the telluric current.
I mean, it's very well said. No, I didn't hear anything that I disagreed with. To be honest, I really don't have nothing to add to that. You said it almost to a T. Yeah.
Science, where's the science behind it? There's literally science behind it.
Well, everything that you said is completely verifiable. He's like that is, there are, electromagnetic propulsion systems, and even something as simple as harnessing electricity from wave power is a direct correlation from what you're talking about. Being able to harvest energy.
Out forever going have been doing.
That's the thing. Being able to harvest energy from a tree should be a sign enough. But the fact that you can harvest energy from the waves, from the atmosphere, what is causing all this? What is causing all this? So I agree. Like I said, I don't really have much to add to what you said. All right, let's see. Your friend, are you there? What did you want to add?
So what I wanted to say was, you're so dense and retarded,
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Alrighty.
Right. Anyways, all right. So, let's see what we got. Somebody sent in the super chat. Zan sold me. Wow, that is insane. Yeah, if I remove the super chat, do I still keep the money? uh, yeah, that is wild. Anyways, yeah,
Takes me back to Call of Duty, bro.
yeah. Go ahead. IDS Poseidon. What did you want to add to that?
I just wanted to say a quick, like, yo, I'm trying to speak. And okay, I'm gonna talk over him. One of the things to prove the theory of gravity instead of electrostaticness is if you go into space and you put a rock in fluid, the fluid goes around the rock. But the same thing will happen to a helium balloon. The density doesn't matter there.
Yeah, no, yeah, my bad, bro. I was reading the comments. Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry, bro. I'm halfway listening, reading these idiots. Like the video, guys. All right, please like the video and please subscribe if you like the content. Jesus Christ, this is a lot. I'm weak. Nice. Dang, I didn't even know that we had soundboards on here. Hey, Discord is kind of. I might have to mess with this soundboard on Discord. I didn't know that. That's what's up. Shout out Zanfel. Zanfel, I hope that story's not true. That's all I'm gonna say, Zan. I hope that story is not true. Somebody said, "How do I call in?" You go to my Discord. That's on my page. The link is right there, and then you can call in. We're on the voice chat right now. Let's see. Can't I
Around
just...
as your mama's booty cheeks as I beat them in, friend. I'm not gonna lie. You need to get up out of here.
All right, hey, Beg, I've got a little thing to refute your electrostatic theory. If you go into space and you put a rock floating in the vacuum of space, and you put water around it, the water goes around the rock. It's this simple. The same thing will happen if you get a helium balloon in space and put water on it.
Kid, shut up.
Right
He's
around
trying
it.
to argue for you. Shut your
It
mouth.
reacts
He's
the
trying to
same.
argue for you. Let the adults talk.
Motherfucker,
Quiet.
shut your bitch ass.
What in the hell is going on?
Thank you.
Thank fuck.
Okay. Please mute him or something.
Let's see.
Kid's a menace.
Yes. Okay, now to what I was saying. If you put a rock in space and just put some water near it, the water goes around the rock. That's gravity working. The same thing will happen with a helium balloon. It doesn't matter the density in space if there's not a larger body nearby. It'll all react the same.
Okay.
Like the video, guys. All right. I think I said 30 minutes. I think I'm sticking to that 30 minutes. All right. So by 8:30, we're gonna be winding down. You got 20 minutes to come up and debate if you want, or if you want to share a positive message. If you like the content that we're doing, then please subscribe. Okay, real quick. Let me try to talk to this. Okay, Poseidon, you said you're debunking electrostatics. Is that what you said?
what he said about why things fall.
What did he
You know,
say?
his
What did he say?
electricity theory.
What did he say
He
about?
said
What did he say? Steelman his argument.
he said something about electricity and stuff running through the planet, which is what causes stuff to fall towards it because it's electrostatic and pulling it in.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, electrostatic acceleration.
Yeah, that. What I have to say against it is you said something about density in that, right?
Yes,
You-
that, like my analogy that the balloon filled with helium rises because it's less dense, or rock falls because it's more dense.
Okay, so if that's the case, explain to me why, if you put a rock in space and put water next to it, the water goes around it, and the same thing will happen with a helium balloon. The rock is vastly more dense than the balloon is, and yet they will react the same.
You're talking about something that happens in space?
Proving that gravity exists and acceleration can happen without electrostatic forces.
Who did this experiment in space?
I don't know their names, but I'm sure it
well,
wouldn't
then-
be hard to find.
Well, then how do you know that this was actually done in space?
The evidence is there that it wasn't.
We
What-
can't prove something by saying that it wasn't. You have to prove something by showing it was.
Yeah. What
That's
evidence
the
do you
wrong
have that
analogy
this
at that point.
occurred? What evidence do you have that this occurred for real?
That it occurred? There's a
Well-
lot of videos on the web of people doing this exact thing.
In space?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
to argue scientifically against what you were saying before, right? On a flat stationary plane, the behavior of water and solids in a vacuum, or space as it would be, is explained by fundamental laws of density, buoyancy, and electrostatic pressure, man.
All right, 1 second,
Hold
guys.
on.
Hold on, guys. One second. One second. Alex said, "How can the Earth be flat if round girls revolve around me at bars on the weekends?" I'm sorry, I had to read it. It was a super chat. Go ahead.
All right, that's a good joke.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So-
Go ahead.
Buoyancy and electrostatic pressure rather than theoretical pull of gravity, man. That's what it is. Within the framework, the reason the water goes around a rock or behaves as it does in high altitude environments, it comes down to the interaction between the medium and the mass, the law of relative density. The rock,
Okay.
for instance, in quote unquote space, if a rock is high density solid, its molecular structure is tightly packed, making it significantly heavier than the surrounding medium, whether it be air or the ether of high firmament, right? While the water is a fluid medium with a variable density, while denser than air, it is far less dense than the solid rock. That's why it simply just would go around a rock.
Then why does that also happen to a helium balloon?
And what do you mean?
They did it with a rock and a helium balloon, and the water reacted the same around both of them.
Who's they?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
The person who did the experiment,
Who is that person? That's what I've been asking. Who?
I don't know their names. I don't have the citation up.
Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, I'm making my own sound effects. That was the trumpet.
Do you have
Boom,
reports for your
boom.
side of this argument?
All my sources are literally already proven science that you can look up.
Yeah, what he's quoting is from
Well,
Richard
you can look mine up.
I'm not.
Bro,
I'm
no.
not quoting hearsay people that aren't here to even speak for themselves. I'm actually, like, you can look up the terms I'm using. You can look up the science I'm quoting.
You can look up
That's why,
mine.
like,
too.
I'm not trying to say no to your theory. I just want, like, more than hearsay.
Right, listen, bro. If you are gonna quote a specific experiment, when you turn in your homework in school, what's the first two things you write? Your name and the date. So I don't believe you ever read or looked at an experiment if you can't tell me when it was done and the person who did it, because those are the first two things on the damn paper.
so I can look into it. See what you're talking
That's
about.
what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
if
I would
somebody
like
did
to
it,
fuck you
I
with
want
it.
to look at it,
Right
bro.
now, it's just he said, you know?
Yeah, I want to look at it, but tell me who did it. I want to see what you're talking about.
Well, I'm looking for it. I saw it a while ago. I don't remember the name of the person.
All right, find somebody that claims that they
I'm
went to
trying to find it
space.
for you.
All right, well, let us know when you have it, bud. Okay. Until then,
I will.
like I said, I don't believe that anybody did an experiment in space. Somebody came up either earlier today or yesterday, and they said that they are a rocket engineer that has physically sent a rocket into space. I said, all right, bro, I'm willing to believe that. Did you guys put a video on it or anything? Any proof that you did this? He's like, I have the telemetry data. I said, did you guys put any, is there any raw, unedited footage that I can look at of you? I'm like, if an amateur rocket can get a camera on there and we can look at it where I got this photo from, you guys, a professional rocket scientist, should be able to get some freaking footage. Do you have the footage? He's like, yeah, I got the footage. I'm like, all right, show us the footage. He's like, well, actually, I only got a picture. I'm like, so you did something as important as send a rocket up and you didn't videotape it. I believe you, bro. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that 100%.
Reasoning there. I'm gonna try and get you the source. Okay.
All right, man. Thank you.
So to give my scientific rebuttal without trying to quote random people who aren't here, all I have to say is primary reason the balloon behaves the same way is because it's always seeking density level, man.
Yes.
On the ground, helium balloon is less dense than nitrogen, oxygen, which would be a mix in upper atmosphere, right? So if it's pushed upwards by the denser air settling beneath it,
Right.
then in space, quote unquote, as a balloon rises, the surrounding air becomes thinner or less dense. The balloon will continue to rise until the density of the air outside perfectly matches the density of helium inside.
Correct.
If you were to release the balloon in a true vacuum, it doesn't float because of weightlessness. It expands without external pressure of the atmosphere to hold the gas molecules together. The internal pressure of helium pushes outward until the balloon skin stretches its mechanical limit and bursts.
Yes.
That's pressure versus vacuum. That's why you have the same phenomenon with water pushing around it as rocks.
There you go.
So
Balloon is a pressurized system. Well,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, shout out
I'm gonna
Trip.
let you get your argument together and then you come back to me. How about that?
Yeah.
okay. I will.
Yeah, shout out Trip. Trip said, if you go to space, right? Think about it. His proof, the only way he can debunk what this young man is saying about electrostatics is to give us an experiment that happens if you go in space. This is insane. This is insane. I'm sorry, I've been doing this.
Theoretical science versus applicable science.
And like I said, even then, if you're saying that it's only applicable in space, you better be able to show me somebody that did it. You can't just be like, oh yeah, they do it all the time. What? Who is they do it all the time? If that's true, then pull up one of the videos of them doing it. Then, right? They do it all the time, right? All right, let me see.
Who is they? Who is they? I hear about that motherfucker all the time.
Right.
They and me need to talk.
They is always MIA when it's time to show their work, though.
All right, brother. I just want to get in here and spit some facts. That YouTube character limit is fucking brutal.
Yeah, no, and listen, man, you're welcome up here anytime. Like I said, you said it way more eloquent than I could. I never claimed to be a brilliant speaker. I just claimed to be more aggressive and having stronger wills than everybody. So whenever you want to come up here to, get some straightening on, or if I'm explaining something incorrectly and you want to correct me on something, feel free, all right?
You gonna do, man?
Hey, and do me a favor. If you're still on YouTube, comment one more time in the chat so I can make you a mod as well.
All right.
I appreciate you big time, man.
All right, man. Take care.
Yes, sir. Yep. There you go, man. No, that was very well said. Like I said, the main reason why I even get into these topics is so that way we can open up the floodgates on the free energy information. Because it's one of the major keys to our slavery, forcing us to pay for electricity when we don't have to, So, like you said, it's not, something that's out of the realm of what has already been proven. This is straight out of Richard Feynman lectures from MIT. An MIT professor has written books on this exact thing. This. There are experiments you can see on YouTube right now. You know what I mean? Like if he were to say, and because of that, you can harvest electrostatic energy, by transforming it through copper wires from the atmosphere. If he says something like that and you said, "Oh, really? Show me," I could just pull up a YouTube video and show you somebody doing it for real, not in space. You understand? On the ground, not in space. Yeah, like you can show this for real on the ground. Anyway. Shout out Vaxxer. I'm gonna hold on. Let me get. Yeah, Vaxxer, I appreciate you for calling in, man. I'm gonna add you as a mod right now. I appreciate you big time, my brother. Like I said, you're welcome up here anytime. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to say that I do this for rage bait, but I don't do this for rage bait. I do this to connect with my other dragons. All right, my feather dragons. For real, I love connecting with other people who can teach me stuff. You know what I mean? Give me, a more confidence in my ability to learn and articulate things that the majority of the public don't find to be true. It's very difficult sometimes when you believe something in the sea of people that disagree with you. So the more you connect with other people that are on your frequency, the more confidence you get to trudge forward. You know what I mean? It gives you more, all right, I'm on the right path. Let me keep going. So I appreciate every single person that comes in here, whether you're teaching me stuff or you're like, hey, I didn't know that, you're learning from me, or even if you're challenging me in a respectful way. I appreciate every single last one of you. I mean that. Vaxxer said, people want science. I can give them the science. That's literally like you guys are complaining because, where's the proof of this? Or how do you he broke it right down to you. This is electrostatic acceleration. This is how it works here. This is how it works there. The proof of that is that we can use that energy to transform into electricity. People have done it. They've been talking about it forever. I digress. Rugman said, this guy plays no instruments. Well, Rugman, I normally wouldn't mind that comment, but since you're, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, but I did mean to do this. To the shadow realm. To the shadow realm. Get your ass on. Shout out everybody that is tuning in. All the haters as well. If you guys like the video. If you guys like the content, like the video. If you like the video, please subscribe, okay? I appreciate you so much. Somebody said everything that I posted up here is a lie. I bet you won't come up and prove it. I bet you won't do that. Vasso said, it's amazing how Felix Baumgartner took off from Roswell and landed in Roswell. I think I understand what you're saying with that. Somebody said, aren't we all in space? That's not a bad way to think about it. I understand what you mean with that comment. I understand what you mean. Hey, and thank you everybody that super chatted today, for real. Like I said, I'm only reading the super chats for sure. If you say something interesting, maybe I'll read it. But if you didn't, then I'm not messing with it. So far, we got 2 from Alex, with $2 $5 from Alex. Alex said Zandon sold him some stuff in 2016. I have no idea what that's about. And then he made the comment about round girls revolving around him. Very cute. And then shout out my boy Vaxxer. Bro, it's easy AF to prove flat Earth with science. This is a fact. Zanfel said he's an idiot. Yeah, I thought about deleting the comment, but I'm like, nah, we'll keep the $5. Yeah, we'll keep that. I appreciate you. The actor said, mad hate, but they still give you metrics on YouTube, so you're still up. That's a fact. I'm like, listen, if you guys don't like the content, don't like the video. You can keep watching, but you don't gotta like the video. If you do like it, like the video, and then go follow us. All right, let's keep this shit going. Push this content out so that people will start doing more intelligent things on YouTube and less trolling. You know what I mean? The bigger that this content gets, the more people are going to try to replicate it. That's right. They'll try to actually have intelligent conversations instead of just trolling all day. For real, for real. Zanfel said, Rugman wants to be banned so he can cry, we aren't fair. Zanfel, I think Zanfel is starting to figure you guys out. Somebody said large celestial bodies make indentions in the fabric of space. What proof do you have of any of this? Somebody said, what do you mean by we not equals African? The out of Africa theory was a lie made up by some European men to justify the colonization of the entire planet. And they're really not even real Europeans. They were just calling themselves that at the time. So yeah, go look up a man named Melville Hershkovich. That's correct. And you'll see that they lied about the transatlantic slave trade, and they lied about the out of Africa theory. Okay. Sonic said, hey, I will have to say I don't agree with 90% of what you're saying, but you are pretty interesting to listen to. Well, you know what? I appreciate that. I try to make it at least entertaining. It's not about agreeing. It's about opening up conversation so we can see where we lie as far as the information goes. I welcome people to come up and disagree with me, but have your ducks in a row. That's it. And if you do like the content, like the video. If you like the video, subscribe, please. Push this content out so more people will start having intelligent conversations. Vac said, on the ground, you are caught between the telluric current, the Earth's downward electrostatic bias, and the physical resistance of the floor. There you go. Basically the same way that rocks are positioned at the bottom of the ocean. Literally the way that rocks are positioned at the bottom of the ocean. Somebody said, do you believe in a higher power? Of course there's a higher power. I don't even think that's up for debate at this point. Somebody said, bro, that hairdo is fire. I appreciate that, but this is not a hairdo, all right? I let the water decide what my hair is supposed to be. That's right. You know, since we are all water and we're actually living in water, I get in the shower and I let the water decide whatever my hair is going to do that day. All right? I just pray over it. I run water on my hair and I pray. I say, Lord, help my hair be exactly what it needs to be. And then the energy, the energy just fixes the aura however it's supposed to be. I'm actually not lying. Somebody said level 1 conspiracies, all fact. I agree, Thor's pup. Thor's pup said these are level 1 conspiracies. Exactly. This is all light work. Like, I'm not even getting into the real shit. I'm just talking about the stuff that's easy to verify. All of this stuff is easy to verify. Very, very easy. Somebody said Atlantis. Interesting. Never thought about it. Yeah, you should go look that up. Zanfel said bags of water is what we all are. rock lobsters. That's not a bad way to put it, rock lobsters. Vax said you aren't falling in the sense of being pulled. You are settling toward the earth at the maximum velocity the medium allows. Absolutely. The sensation. You feel weightless because the internal pressure of your body is finally in equilibrium with the medium around you as you move through it. Shout out Vax. Vax said, for a brief period, you are flowing through the medium of air because the air is less dense than you. It cannot provide enough upward push to compress your internal organs or limbs. Very well said. How can I debate when I agree with all of your takes? Shout out Mr. E 1087. I see you, Mr. E. Somebody said we're watching the Brown Napoleon Dynamite. That's not bad. I give that joke a 7.5 out of 10. Vassal said, so we spin at 1,000 miles per hour, race the sun at 67,000, and then the sun pulled us around the Milky Way at 490,000 miles per hour? Yeah, okay. I like this comment. Mark said, too many people are offended by way too much to even pay attention to the whiners anymore. If it doesn't affect you, please just be quiet. Too much of anything devalues it all. Save the outrage. I respect that. Vax said this sandwich effect is what we call weight in a fall. When you step off a ledge, you have removed resistance. Again, if you guys want me to read your comment, you need to donate at least the lowest amount. I will, if you want me to read it out loud and respond to it. I'm still going to read most of the comments. If I don't feel inspired, then I'm not going to read it out loud and I won't respond to it, all right? You don't have to donate, mind you. You do not. But I'm not going to read your comment though, okay? Just so you know. All right. Somebody said it's been 30 minutes. Shouldn't your stream have ended by now? Yeah, but you know, I caught a second wind. All right. If you don't want to watch me no more, you can leave, homie. Yeah, whatever the lowest amount. If you really want me to read your comment that bad, then that's what you're going to have to do. Otherwise, I'm just skimming through all this shit, all right? Vax said it's easier to accept a silver spoon in your mouth than challenge the hand that feeds. I get why people don't want to challenge their minds. Yeah, I guess. Zamfel said, Mr. Flores, it was the dormouse. Somebody said I just subscribed. Thank you so much, Mr. E. I appreciate that, guys. If you do like the content, like the video. If you like the video, then sub to us so that way this type of content can be pushed out in the algorithm and more people will try to have intelligent conversations and less trolling, all right? That's what we need. Shout out Bruce, thank you for the floating hearts. Zanfeld said, haha, pay up. That's a fact. I'm like, I don't have to read your guys' comments. But if you absolutely must get your voice heard, then look, whatever the lowest amount, super chat. If you can't afford it, then get off YouTube. All right, get your ass to work. Scarecrow said, you fine. I was just confused. I think I am fine, actually. Thank you so much, Scarecrow. Yeah, I do find myself to be a fine person. You know what I mean? All right, guys, listen. It's 8:34. I said I was going to be out of here in 30 minutes. I'll give it 10 extra minutes. All right. So at 8:45, I'm gonna take a break, and then I'll probably go live again on TikTok tonight. All right. So if you want to go live with me on TikTok, you can follow me on the Discord, and then I'll let you know when I'm gonna go live. Shout out Mr. E for the gift. I appreciate that. The GOAT. This is my first time getting gifts on YouTube, so I don't know how these work. Thank you so much, Mr. E. Sonic said, I appreciate your content for trying to start peaceful dialogue and find common ground. That's all I'm trying to do. Somebody said the Black Zuckerberg. I'll take that. I'll take the Black Zuckerberg. Listen, if you guys want to debate on TikTok later, go follow me on my Discord or go to TikTok and type in real.offended. You'll see me over there. And then we'll debate. We'll keep the party going on TikTok. All right. Like I said the other day, I was gone for a few days because I was out of town. And so I'm doing like a 3-day streamathon, if you will, where I'm streaming kind of all day. So tomorrow I will be streaming again. I'm probably going to wake up super early to stream on TikTok, and then I will be back streaming here. I don't know if I'm going to stream once or twice, but at least once I will stream doing this again here on YouTube tomorrow, okay? So like the video, subscribe, put those notification bells on, all right? Put those notification bells on so you can know when I go live, and we'll keep this party going, all right? For real, for real. I love you guys. And shout out Truth to Peter for making our theme music as well, all right? I got to keep mentioning that because brother really did us a solid. He made theme music for us, and I didn't even have to ask him. You know, it's always good to have good friends like that. Mr. E said, latitude and longitude on a flat earth. Imagine a dartboard. Very interesting. Oops. Shout out Junie. Junie says, I agree. I do agree the earth doesn't move. Somebody said, does this guy think these? Most of these are basic knowledge. That's why I started off by saying history is 100% lies. Somebody said, is that kinky twist? You talking about my hair? No. This is just how my hair naturally is, all right? I just get it in the water, I wet my hair off, I shake it out, and then I pray over it. I pray to the creator and to the Lord of water to make my hair exactly what it needs to be. So that way you guys can try to make fun of me. No, for real. I just, no twist over here, brother. Vac said history is always lies. It's written by the victors, not the truthful. Somebody said proceeds to comment on a regular comment. Like I said, I'm going to read the comments, and the ones that I feel inspired to, I will respond. If I don't respond to yours and you absolutely need me, then you can super chat. Like, what's wrong with you guys? You guys don't have brains. You literally don't have brains. Shout out Zamfel. Shout out Vax. All my feathered dragons in the chat, all right? I love you guys. Please like the video. If you like the video and you like the content, please go subscribe. Show us some love. Get us out in the algorithm. I love you guys forever. Somebody said angels equals aliens. Shout out Reality in the Discord. My boy Slim said, amount of time spent talking about your hair, you need to start shilling a product, right? And I really do. I need to start lying. Like, yep, I do use a product. So go check out this. I'm gonna start lying and saying I put something in my hair just so I can get paid. Mr. E said, nothing is hold up the earth. It is the foundation. The earth is the bedrock. I believe that. Shout out Life. Life said, allegedly the victors of history bow down to Israel. That's interesting. Zanfeld said, for real, get paid for them curls. Thank you so much for that comment, Life. Odin said, we need more data centers to research the effects of growing blank indoors just to complain about power outages or fires. That is interesting. I don't really know where you're going with that, but all right. Somebody said, as a Christian, I'm offended. Well, welcome to Real Offended. Somebody called me a poodle head. That was... I give that joke a 2 out of 10. Somebody said feathered dragons, oh God help us. Yeah, that's what America actually means. Amaru Khan, feathered serpent or feathered dragon. All right? So if you're actually from America, you would know that. If you were an immigrant over here trying to steal culture that's not yours, you would probably think that that sounds stupid. That's why I say it like that, because the ones that know, know. Somebody said, is it possible to debate you in a voice chat? Yes. If you want to call in this show, you got 3 minutes to do it. If you want to call in the next 3 minutes, join the Discord, go in the Discord and say, hey, I am here to debate and I will let you call in. If you don't want to do that, then you're going to have to wait until I go live on TikTok in about an hour. All right, I'll be live on TikTok in an hour and then you can come up on TikTok. There you go. Shout out Life. Life said unless Jesus was born after the 1960s, he couldn't have been black. Only black folks ever on purpose were black. If you know, you know. Unless Jesus was born after the 1960s, couldn't. Okay, I guess you're talking about classification wise, right? He could not have classified himself as black because that wasn't a thing until the 1960s. I agree with that, sure. Yeah. Yeah, just if we're speaking, technically, yes, Life is correct about that. Thank you for that super chat, Life. And again, if you guys want to support, please like the video. If you like our content, please subscribe and put those notification bells on so we can push this type of content out in the algorithm. All right, let's make it cool for people to have conversations about history and science. All right, let's make that cool, not kids trolling. Okay? One more minute, guys, and then I'm out of here. Zanfeld said, eat bliss, you're stupid. I didn't even read the comment, but I probably agree. Somebody said Atlantis is America. Yes, Atlantis is America. Zanfeld said, a woo werewolf of London. By the way, the same electromagnetic properties that Vax was talking about when he came up here and explained it, that's what I'm talking about how I get my hair like this. Y'all think I'm bullshitting, but I'm not. All right, for real. I'm trying to tell you, I use the electromagnetic properties of water combined with the electromagnetic frequency coming out of my heart and my brain to make my hair exactly how I want it, okay? I'm telling you, you guys got to pay attention. All right, guys, it's 8:45. You know what that means, right? That means it's time for me to go. It has been fun. I will be live later on tonight on TikTok. I will be live tomorrow on here. So if you like the content, follow us here. Subscribe here. Put those notification bells on. Like the video if you can. If you want to come up and debate me in video form, you can do it on TikTok, but we got to be a lot more tame on TikTok. That's why I don't like doing it as much over there. Shout out Mr. E. I appreciate that, Mr. E. The reason why I don't do it as much, the reason why I don't like doing it as much on TikTok is because I can't curse you guys out like I want. We can't make fun of you guys like I want. I don't make that much money over there, and you guys are constantly getting my account shut down. So definitely, subscribe over here. But I will be live on TikTok later tonight. If you want to know when, you got to join the Discord, okay? And I'll post it in there. All right? I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in like an hour. All right? Give me like an hour, and then I'll be back on TikTok, and we can keep the party going. All right? Shout out Zamfel, all my feather dragons, Mr. E. Somebody said, I don't have TikTok. Well, you have to wait till tomorrow when I get back on here then. Or go download it. All right? I could be the only person that you follow. Vax said had to spit facts in Discord in response to his video. YouTube character limit is ass. It's a brick of text, Brody. I'll see you on TikTok. Yep, shout out Vax. I'll see you guys on TikTok and in the Discord. All right, I'm out of here. I love you guys. I'll see you soon, all right? Thank you everybody that super chatted, for real. All right, I'll see you next time.